Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mystic's Heart. And, geez, it feels good to be all back together again. What a week it's been. What a couple of weeks it's been. After a week out there on the res with my sisters and Lily. Oh my goodness, what a time that was. Thank you all for checking in, tuning in to Del Marie this morning on her show, Walk a Good Life. And all of you that are listening to me right now on YouTube and Spreaker and Twitter and the SoundCloud via Spreaker. Good morning. Hihane Washte. Good morning, Jacqueline. Hey, Katie Battle. Good to see you in the house. I love checking out to see who is here with me. Hey, Janice Francisco. Good morning, Nikki. Lots of good things going on up there at the Heartful Art Studio. Hey, Marianne Molika. Booyah. Welcome back, she says. Booyah. Yeah, it was a great week out there on Pine Ridge and the Cheyenne River Reservation. And good morning, Rob. Good morning, Becca. Oh, it's good to have you back in the house. Good stuff. It's good to see your shining face, everybody. Good to be back. So, yeah, lots of things going on. Dell and I talked about a couple of those things. Just adjusting the screen here for a moment. Today is the first day of spring here in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere, welcome to autumn. So wherever you happen to be, today is a very auspicious day. Hey, Jocelyn. Good morning. Hihane Wash Day. I've said that about 1,000,000 times in the past 2 weeks, right? A lot of joking, a lot of laughing goes on when we're all together there on Pine Ridge. A lot of serious business as well, let me just say. Hey, Sonia. Good morning, Lisa. Hello, Elise. All right, we're going to draw some totem cards today on the heels of the visit. And just to let you know that, good morning, Cindy Gray. One of the things that I typically do, well, almost always do, I'll put it that way, is that, sunshine, good morning, sunshine. That's sunshine calling sunshine out. Katie is sunshine. Well, one of the things that I do, we all have teachers, we all have mentors, and so I got to spend a good deal of time with my teacher, my mentor, Chief Arval Looking Horse, at his place. And so he and I had deep conversation with one another. And then we made prayers up at what is called the Roundhouse. It's the place that the white buffalo calf pipe is kept. And it has been kept for 19 generations now. So I made prayers. And I made prayers for each and every one of you that listens to me, that watches me on these shows, that supports my work, that helps to support my foundation. When people say, why do you do all of these things? You're always so busy. Ultimately, everything that I do supports the work that I do at my foundation, Gathering Thunder Foundation. And so as we were making prayers with Arval, me and Chue, Barb, and Lily, so 4 of us having prayers and singing songs with the White Buffalo Calf Woman, I sang for all of you. You were all in my heart purposefully, because each and every one of you is shining your light here on Grandmother in so many beautiful ways. And so I brought you with me, and I just wanted to let you know that. So if you had any interesting dreams or thoughts or feelings during that time frame that I was gone, you were there at that time. And then we all had a wonderful meal, me and Barbara and Lily and Arval. And good stuff. And getting prepared for my own ceremony, right? Going up on the hill. It's called the Homblecha. Del was talking about the ceremonies and the importance of being congruent with your altar, being congruent with the ceremony. And so today I thought, well, we all have animal spirits that walk with us because each and every one of us has an animal spirit, right, that is within us. And sometimes, I love Amantha Murphy, how she teaches about if you want to see who a person really is, tune into the animal that they are. Tune into the animal that they are. And I like that because each and every one of us has definitely aspects of animal. And those animals from spirit, those guides from spirit that walk with us. When I was speaking with Ivan, Arval's brother will be putting me up on the hill for Homblecha. And we were talking about my altar that I will be sitting on. And you sit there, you're there for between 1 and 4 days. But anyway, we were talking about my name, my Indian name, Wakianto, which means blue thunder, and who my first teacher was. Wakian. He said, oh, you walk with the thunderers. You're a thunder dreamer. You're walk with the thunderers. So, because you're a thunder person, then this is what needs to happen. And it got me to thinking about, what does that mean if you're a thunder person? What does that mean if you are somebody who works like Sonia, who works with the canine, right, nation? What does that mean? What does that reflect about us in our own life? Some people, I think of my friend Cindy Fadewar from Traverse City. She's an eagle person. Nikki Jorgensen is an eagle person. So what does that mean? And you all know what animals you feel good about having around you. What does that mean about you? What does that mean about your energy? What does that mean about the way you look at life, or the way you hear life, or smell life, right? So here we go. Good morning, Delgadillo. Oh, goodness. Hey, Margaret Spooner. Angie, you are welcome. Oh, Becca is saying, I actually did wake up from dreaming about you Sunday morning. You had sent me a package of crystals, herbs, and oracle cards. When I held them, oh, they radiated warmth. Oh, thank you for that, Becca. That's why I was so tired Sunday morning. I was traveling to your place. All right, let's get down to the business of the mystic's heart. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say, because I know how much you all love those children as well, out at Gather Our Children home. They're doing really well. There are 16 little ones. And so I got lots and lots of hugs, right? Snuggles. Wiped a few boogery noses, all those good things you do with the angel babies around. It was beautiful. So I want you to know, each and every one of you that contributes to Gathering Thunder Foundation, while I wish I could post photos of the little ones in their new school clothes or their new little Easter dresses or what have you, I can't, obviously. But they're thriving. They're thriving. And you're part of the reason that these little ones are thriving. From newborn to age 8, 16 of them. Yeah, Lily was giving piggyback rides and... Oh my goodness. As I said to my niece Janelle, after 4 of the little girls walked out in their new Easter dresses and said, aren't we beautiful? And I said, oh, you're beautiful and you're smart. Will you take our picture? Of course I did. Of course I did. I told Janelle, it's one of those days to be with those children and to see them flourishing in the crisis home. I said, it's one of those Hokahe days. It's a good day to die. In other words, if I drop dead in the middle of this situation, hey, I ended on a fine note. So thank you all. Thank you all. Without you, it wouldn't be going. It wouldn't be working. And it is. All right, so let's go. Rob. Spirit tells me you're up first, Rob, and it's the penguin. The teaching of the penguin. The penguin is one of those celestial guardians that takes us between the veils. Takes us from physicality through the new and into non-physicality. Takes us into the dream time, the nocturnal dream time when the body is sleeping. For some people it's daytime. It depends on when you work, right? But when the penguin shows up, I really love the show Gotham, so all of a sudden I just had this vision of Mayor Cobblepot. But pay attention to your dreams and your daydreams. You're being inspired at this time, Rob. Your music is being inspired. Your life is being inspired. Teachings are coming to you. Pay attention to the waking dream, the non-waking dream. You know what I'm saying? Both sides of that dreaming coin. Hello, Marcia. Claire. Good morning. Oh my goodness, Rob had an entire murder of crows flying over. Wow, that's pretty spectacular. Good stuff. Okay, Elise. It is the teaching of the coyote, Elise. The coyote teaches us that our teachers come in many forms. Our teachers come in many forms, and so we have to be very, what do I want to say? Very astute and watchful as to who is teaching us, what is teaching us, and why are we being taught that, right? Our teachers come in many forms. And sometimes, as Dell was talking about in her show, Walk a Good Life, sometimes the teachers are our own thoughts, our own interactions with other people, illnesses. Everything is our teacher, and it comes in many forms. So, you know, today is a beautiful day. It's the first day of spring, the first day of autumn, depending on where you are. It's a great day to stop and rebalance. Stop and to rebalance. And to always remember that our teachers do come in many forms. The question is, what am I being taught at this time? All right, Katie Battle. Katie Battle, it's the Wolverine. It's the Wolverine. Wolverine is a beautiful being that teaches us about boundaries. Teaches us to be a peaceful warrior. Some people are kind of belligerent warriors. They're just all out there and all in somebody's face and all, you know what I'm saying? And then there's the peaceful warrior who sits back and asks the question, is this worthy of engaging in? Am I going to lose the war just so I can win a single battle? The Wolverine says, continue to walk as a peaceful warrior, Katie. And remember that it's good to have really great boundaries. The peaceful warrior has very distinct boundaries with people, situations, thoughts. Right? Good morning, Tracy Civic, you beautiful thing. Hey, Star Henning. Oh my goodness. Oh, so Elise, okay, so you've got them coming right up to you. All right, good. Good morning, Tracy. All right. Becca. It's the seagull. This is one of my favorite cards in the totem deck. And the seagull is a thank you card. The seagull says thank you for being mindful of the fact that Grandmother Earth is alive and that each and every one of us is a caretaker of Grandmother Earth and everything that lives upon her. When the seagull, you know, seagulls do a pretty fine job of cleaning up the beach. At least they do out here at Lake Michigan. Todd and I go out to Grand Haven. We're sunset people. We like to go out at sunset time. And the seagulls are continually cleaning up after people who leave their stuff, right? And so the seagull's message is thank you for helping us to take good care of Grandmother Earth. It's a Wopila card. Hey, Ellen Geiger. Oh my goodness. All right, Holly Hagan. Oh, Holly, look. It's the otter. The otter says, Holly, are you playing enough? Are you getting out there and are you playing? Play is essential. It is essential. Laughter is essential. And if we're not having enough laughter, if we are not having enough playfulness, we can fall out of balance. So the otter asks you the question, Holly, when was the last time you did something playful? Time to get out there and play. Hey, Margaret. All right. Jocelyn. Oh, well, this is not a surprise. Shunkmani Tutanka, the holy dog. The teacher. The protector of children. Dell, what I love about my sister Dell is that she is always teaching. And we had a lot of really great discussions with one another while we were out on the reservation, while we were traveling about. We're always busy. And yes, we did have to put up a ceremony. We had to put up a loipi. And what does that mean? That means that we did all of the cooking. A lot of cooking that happens for all of those wonderful ceremonies. And the wasna needed to be made. The wojapi needed to be made. The house needed to be prepared. All of those things needed to go on. And there were young people in the house. The woman who was having the house ceremony brought her grandchildren who were late teens, and there were some little ones. And they watched. We're always teaching. And her grandson, I said, come on over here and help me with this part. You need to learn how to do these things. Your grandmother is having the ceremony. Come on over here and help me. Oh, he was very happy that he was invited. And just in showing him how it is that you prepare the space for a loipi ceremony and telling him, oh, you're doing a good job and here's how we can do it even better. We're always teaching. How are we teaching is the question. How are we walking that way? This is an affirmation that you are a teacher and people are always watching. Some teachers are very loud, in your face, right up front, got to be right. Other teachers are more laid back, are more reserved, are more gentle. Neither one is better than the other, but there are different ways of teaching. And sometimes the quiet teacher is negated, right, for the louder teacher that has to be, you know what I'm saying. And I don't know why I'm being compelled to share that with you, Jocelyn, but there it is. Okay, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, it's the cricket, baby. Time to sing. What are you hiding? What is still in the closet that you're not willing to share with the world? Can you tell, sharing with the world, can you tell I didn't have time to use the hair straightener this morning? My goodness, my hair is a totem animal today. It has got a life of its own because I didn't have time to tame it. There it is. All right, so the cricket, Jacqueline. The cricket says, what are you not voicing? What are you not expressing? Whenever a little cricket comes hopping along, for me, that sweet little cricket not only represents that, but it also represents a joyful heart. A joyful heart. For me, it comes in through the eastern door, the direction of the morning sun of the eagle. And whenever I see a little cricket, I think to myself, what is it that I'm still not sharing? What is it that I'm still not voicing? Because the cricket is saying, voice. Give voice to your dreams. Give voice to what it is that you need to express. Doesn't have to be loud and boisterous. It can be very, very gentle. What is it that you need to express? Now is the time to do it. Right? You're in the northern hemisphere. It's springtime. The time of new beginnings. Yeah. All right. I am so happy to be back with all of you. Hey, Rocky, give those babies a hug for me, would ya? Julie McMahon. Hey, Kelly. Julie McMahon. Oh, Jules, it's the teaching of the salmon. It's the salmon. I love the salmon. The salmon says, you know that white knuckle grip you got on the steering wheel because you think you're in control? Never mind that. Give up control and go with the flow. So whatever it is right now, Jules, that you got going on that maybe you're, railing against or just trying to hang on with that white knuckle grip, the salmon says it's time to just go with the flow rather than continue to try to swim upstream. Just go with the flow. For now, give up control. Marcia. Marcia, it's the mountain lion. It's the mountain lion. I love that. The mountain lion says, I know who I am. I know who I am. Sometimes we can forget that most important for us is to know who we are. It's most important to know who we are. Oh, yes, and thank you all for liking and sharing the show right now. I appreciate that. Thank you for doing so. So, Marcia, you know who you are. What difference does it make, even though it can be hurtful when other people are out there, voicing their opinion about who they think you are, or their interpretation of who you are, or their story of who you are or who you've been. But Marcia, the mountain lion, says, ultimately, in the end, you know who you are. Walk that way. Continue to walk that way. A few years back, well, actually it wasn't that long ago, probably a year and a half ago, my daughter and I were having a conversation. And she said, Mom, you're right about something. As long as we can look at ourselves in the mirror before we go to bed at night and we can sleep, knowing that we've done the best that we could do, knowing that we did the best with what we have, that's really all that matters, isn't it, Mom? And the answer to that is yes. So, Marcia, be you. Do that thing. You know who you are. Claire. It's the owl. One of my very favorites. The wise owl. The owl represents death and rebirth. The owl is like the resurrection card. It's something of the phoenix. But what it says to me, Claire, is that you have come through a time, a trying time. You did it. And now is the opportunity to remake yourself. To be more of yourself. To more fully self-realize. You did it. And the owl asks the question, every time, Claire, you have walked through the dark night of the soul, walked 40 days in the desert, done your vision quest, whatever it happens to be, Claire, the owl asks this question, and what did you learn from it? What is the wisdom you have gained from it? Doing it again. Yeah, okay. What is the wisdom you have gained? We all have so many things that happen to us. We all do. Every one of you has. And so the question is, why did it happen? What did I learn? And what am I going to take forward with me as my wisdom? Rock on, Claire. You keep going. The owl is my totem. Owl is wise. All right, Margaret Spooner. Margaret. It's the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake says it's time for you to come out from under the rock and out into the light of day. A little bit further, a little bit further. Sharing your gifts and talents. Sharing your gifts and talents. Margaret, you were given amazing gifts by the Creator of all things before you even arrived here on the earth plane. And I happen to believe that it's over the course of a lifetime that we begin to reveal things. And that is because we begin to understand more about who we are as men and women, as spiritual beings walking this earth walk. Sometimes we're just a little bit hesitant to take that next step or to share that next bit of who we really are. The rattlesnake says it's okay. It's safe to come out from under the rock. Your medicine, your gifts and talents are needed at this time. Good morning, Coach Dee Dee. Hey, Katrina. Good morning. Oh, God. I love this show. I love all of you. Isn't it great? All right. You're welcome, Claire. Kelly. Oh, Kelly, it's the rabbit. Little sweetheart rabbit. The rabbit says it's time to be gentle with yourself, Kelly. Today, on this first day of spring, where you are, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, maybe some of you are, practice self-nurturing, self-kindness, and self-love. You're welcome, Margaret. Get out there and shine. Get out there and shine. Practice self-love, self-nurturing, self-care. The rabbit is very gentle. The rabbit is abundant. Abundance happens when we are in alignment. And so when the rabbit appears, for me, when I was creating these cards, you know, one of the teachings about rabbit is to take a look at where you could be kinder to yourself, to a situation, to a relationship. Most often it's the relationship that you have with yourself. Time to be kind to you, Kelly. Rocky. Rocky, it's Iktom, one of my very favorites. Iktomi, spider, grandmother spider. When grandmother spider appears, grandmother spider is saying, usually, something is being rewoven in your life. Iktomi asks the question, what are you weaving in your life? What are you weaving with your thoughts, with your actions, with your colleagues? What are you weaving in relationship, intimate relationship? It's all about the weave when Iktomi shows up. And sometimes Iktomi shows up, Rocky, because she is asking the question, are you ready to unweave anything that is unloving, unnurturing, create self-doubt, in order to reweave with love, with confidence, with assurance? So this is a reflective card. All of these are reflective cards that asks us to reflect about what we are weaving. I love Iktom. Hey, Rhonda Vandenbergen. I love you too. You're welcome, Kelly. And you know, this is a beautifully auspicious day, everybody. So I'm going to ask you at some point today to remember whichever animal decided to show up today for you and to bring them into your meditation time today, into your thought process, your quiet time, your prayer time, contemplate, whatever that is for you, your walk in nature. Cindy. Cindy. It's the cardinal. Cardinal is typically something that comes up when people think about Do our relatives who have crossed over ever let us know that they are okay? Oftentimes, our loved ones on the other side will send a cardinal to let us know that they are fine. Of course, they send all kinds of signs and wonders, but today I'm being inspired to share that with you with this card. And also, Cindy, you are being called to ceremony today to honor the 7 directions. The cardinal card represents being drawn out into ceremony of gratitude, a prayer ceremony that calls upon the north, the east, the south, the west, above, below, and in between. Cindy, you're being called to ceremony today, and it feels like a ceremony of gratitude and a ceremony of planning. Hey, Ellen Geiger. Oh, well, thank you for that, Rocky. I appreciate that. And please, Rocky, tell your lovely wife and your mom I said hello, would you? That would be great. Ellen. All right. Oh, also, everybody, I created a group on Facebook yesterday. Well, it's kind of been in stages. And it's Temple Within Radio and Media Network. Why did I do that? Like we need any more groups on Facebook. Well, it's called Temple Within Radio and Media Network because people are a bit confused about where do I watch that show? Where do I listen to this show? And I can't flip from here to there so quickly, Dana. Could you just make one place? Could you just make one place? So I did that. And it's called Temple Within Radio and Media Network. What does that mean? That means that all of the shows, whether they are a radio show, whether they are a BeLive TV show, you will find on that page. So you don't have to flip from page to page to page to watch or to listen to. It'll be a clearinghouse for all of them. So I do listen to what you all have to say to me and what you write to me. And so if you care to join that group, that'll be the clearinghouse for all of it. All right. Hey, Nellie. Good to see you in the house this morning, huh? Tracy Civic. Tracy Civic. Shuffle, shuffle goes the cards. And nope, that's not the one. Yeah, this is the one. Jan Francisco saying, yay! I know. And so I apologize. All of those pages. And while it's easy for me to maneuver all of them, you know, it's not always easy for everybody else. So that's why I created that particular group. So go right on over there and approve one another, approve away. There it is. Tracy, it's Cheta Oyate. Comes to me from the direction of Shka, which is the south, the white direction. Tracy, here's the message for you. Be fearless. Fear not. Your vision is clear. When you are aligned with your clear vision, you have nothing to fear. Be fearless. Fearless. Hawk. Fearless. Hey, Nicole Werner. Margaret, good. You have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful family, Rocky. You really do. Cardinals everywhere for me, says Cindy. Thank you for ceremony reminder with grandmother and the directions. You are welcome. Hey, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen saying thank you. Oh my God, I needed that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Cheta Oyate. Oh, and by the way, on my group, Temple Within School of Sacred Studies, a lot of the events, well, most all of them for right now are listed. I will be adding Del Marie and Della's classes, but a lot of them are selling out very quickly. Catherine Skaggs is sold out. I believe Carla Joe's class is now sold out. Mervyn and Tracy's class in August is got to be darn near sold out. The classes are selling out like crazy. Amantha Murphy's class is now listed with all of the syllabus of her, what she's got going on coming in this October. So many things coming on. So if you don't check out my website, deniseiwana.com or templewithin.com, templewithin.com will still get you to deniseiwana.com. Check it out or go to the group. Right? All right. So, Sonia, my friend Sonia, looking forward to seeing you in Hurricane. It's the eagle, Wambli Oyate, from the direction of the east. Eagle says this: sometimes we got to rise above some stuff. Sometimes we got to rise above. As a hockey mom, I compare it to the saying top shelf. You know, when a goal is scored, because it's like sent up to the upper corner or up above the goalie, it's called top shelf. Ooh, they roofed it. Sometimes we have to be like that. We have to roof it. We have to be top shelf. We have to take, some call it the high road. Some people say it's the eagle way. Sometimes we just got to soar above the crap-a-diddle, right? And watch it all unwind, unweave, whatever it happens to be, but soar above it and not get ensconced in it. So you're being called to be like the eagle and being thanked for being like the eagle. Good morning, Daisy. Delgadia. It's the horse nation. Shonke Wakam. The sacred horse. The sacred horse. The sacred horse represents balance. And you are being called to do ceremony for yourself today, to bring yourself to balance. Whatever that is for you. For some people, it's Reiki. For some people, it can be Tai Chi, Qigong, a walk on the beach like Marianne Molika, right? Walking on the beach. Delgadillo, you are being called by the Horse Nation, the Thunder Nation, to take time for you today on this first day of spring to bring yourself to a state of balance and alignment. Okay, Marianne. Marianne Malika and I have a very special project that she and I are working on. The prayers and incantations from my book, Prayers and Incantations to the Light. Thank you all for supporting that work. Marianne and I are creating a coffee table book, if you will, of the prayers and incantations set upon her amazing photography. So it'll be a book of 80 prayers and incantations, so it's not the entirety of the book, and quotes and things, and frankly, some of the quotes from some of these decks of cards, exquisite, with the proceeds going to Gathering Thunder Foundation. There we go. And Marianne, as I'm speaking about that, it's the Bobcat. It's the Bobcat. The Bobcat says, I am graceful, and yet I am formidable. Grace under fire. When we find ourselves needing to be formidable, there are many ways of doing that. We can take out the proverbial can of whoop ass, or we can do something in between that and doing nothing at all. The Bobcat says, be graceful in your strength. Be graceful through adversity. And the Bobcat says, Marianne, thank you for being graceful through adversity. Thank you for being graceful when under fire. It's easy to be graceful when you know who you are, like Marcia's card, right? If you know who you are, you can be graceful. Usually the people who are not graceful are the ones that really don't know who they are and are a bit fearful, right? Grace under fire, it's an acknowledgement of. Hey, Kelly Spencer. Aw, that is so awesome. Margaret, I am so looking forward to meeting you. Hey Haka is here for you. Hey Haka is the elk. The elk says, Margaret, today is a new day, and this is a new chapter in your life. It's a new season. It's the beginning of spring. What seeds are you going to plant today? Hey Haka asks us that question. What seeds are you going to plant today? How did you plant your seeds? Every morning when we get up, we begin to plant seeds, beginning with our thoughts, beginning with our actions. So that when we come to a new moon, when we come to a full moon, when we come to a solstice or an equinox, that then is multiplied a bazillion times. And Hey Haka says, be mindful of your thoughts and the seeds that you are planting today. And call me in and I will help you plant them. After that, it's up to you to water and nurture them. But today, Margaret, is a brand new day. Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, are you coming to Amantha Murphy's workshops here at the School of Sacred Studies this autumn? Please tell me that you are, because you and I usually are partners. And I like it when you're my partner at Amantha's retreat. So if you could just let me know that, that would be good. Hey, Delgadia, you are welcome. Okay, and having said that, so Mary Ellen, the dolphin is calling you to meditation. And I am being inspired to say to you, it's really important for you at this time to pay attention to your breath. Deep breathing, conscious breathing, conscious breathing during meditation. It's all about breath work for you with this dolphin today, Mary Ellen. Taking time to breathe, remembering to breathe. Sometimes we can forget to breathe. Yeah. You are welcome, Margaret. Hey, Jeanette. It's all about breathing, Mary Ellen. And I do hope that you're going to be joining us. And by the way, everybody, next September 2019 is when the School of Sacred Studies will be taking a group to Ireland to study with Amantha. That's being planned right now. Fun. All right, Daisy. Daisy, this one is for you, my love. It's the donkey. I love this card. I love donkeys. Of course, I love all animals, so. But I love the donkey because you know what the donkey says, Daisy? It's a great good thing to help people and want to be there for people and take care of people and to volunteer and try to get it all done. The donkey says, and it's also okay to say no. The donkey says there's nothing wrong with saying no. Sometimes we just have to say, no, I'm busy. No, it's not going to work out. No, today is a me day. Today is a me day. It's okay, Daisy, to say no. Nicole, I'm obsessed with your dream. My brother Wayne, American horse, gifted me with these buffalo bone earrings and this buffalo bone, here I'll get up close, necklace while I was out there. He spoils me. Isn't that pretty? So I'm wearing that today. I have my brother Wayne with me. Yeah. Janice is saying, do we need to take classes in Michigan? No, you don't. No, the training in Ireland, which she's putting together the syllabus right now and all of the details, is for people who have never studied with her before, people who have studied for years, because she will be taking us to all the sacred sites that she has ceremony at. So no, you can be a newbie. All right, Jeanette. That's a great question, Janice. Thank you for asking. Jeanette, Well, good. Thank you for that. Mary Ellen. Jeanette, it's the raven. The raven says, Jeanette, thank you for being brave enough to try to find the light and for finding the light in some of the darkest places. It's not always easy to be like the raven. You got to have a lot of backbone and a lot of strength, courage, a strong constitution sometimes to be the one like the raven who says, I'm going in. I'm going to go in and I'm going to find that light. I'm going to find that nugget of truth. I'm going to go in and I'm going to find the light. I'm going to find the teaching and I'm going to bring that teaching and wisdom to light. It's not easy to be the raven person. This is a thank you for having the courage. Sometimes, you know, Jeanette, you are the first bird to the feeder, and people don't always understand it. That's a John Davis teaching. There's always, if you notice it in the morning, there's always the first bird to arrive. And once the first bird arrives, everybody else, right, all the other birds go, oh, well, they arrived. They're at the bird feeder. I guess it's okay for us now to go to the bird feeder. You're kind of like that first bird at the feeder. And this is a thank you and an acknowledgement from Spirit, also from the raven saying that I help to guide you into those places safely and back. Lisa. Oh, Lisa. It's the grizzly bear. Matowakan, the holy bear. Matowakan says your ancestors are calling you. Your ancestors are with you, and particularly at this time, they are wishing to teach you and to help you remember the ancestral ways. Sometimes our ancestors draw very, very close to us and we can feel it. And why are they so close? A lot of people assume that because they can feel grandma and grandpa and great grandmas and all that are, oh, I must be getting ready to die. Well, sometimes it's a metaphorical death that we're feeling, but oftentimes we can feel it because there's something they want us to remember. They want to show us. They want to help us remember from our own DNA, from our own bones. Your ancestors are very closely drawn to you right now. And they're saying to you, Lisa, we're with you. We walk with you. We are in your blood. We are in your cells. We are in your bones. Never forget that. Oh, and we love you. Motto. Jan Francisco. It is Tesawi. Tesawi, the white buffalo calf woman. Oh, Lisa. Lisa is saying today is exactly 1 year that my mom has passed. Okay, so, well, I don't need to say anything, do I? The 1 year anniversary of our loved ones passing is a very special day. And clearly mom is with you and mom's relatives, and they love you. They walk with you and through you. Thank you for sharing that. A group hug for you today. It's not easy that first year at all. You're welcome, sweetheart. Janice Francisco, the white buffalo calf woman, says, remember, it's as wonderful to receive as it is to give. And there needs to be balance in the giving and the receiving. And I'm going to leave that there because, Janice, you are one of the most giving people that I know. And perhaps one of the seeds that you will plant today is that you are now more open to receive. Okay. All right. Delgadillo, this one is for your son. It is the seal. I love the seal card. I love the seal card. Life is a sacred adventure, says the seal. The seal is joyful and playful. The seal says, remember, don't get so serious in your life that you forget to play. Sometimes we can get so serious about things that we forget that it's okay to not always be so serious, to go out to have an adventure, to do some goofy things, to do some playful things. It's okay to have a great sense of humor. It's okay to laugh at ourselves. It's okay to laugh at situations. The seal says, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Cut yourself some slack and tell yourself that you love yourself. Very important. You know, this past week when I was at the Children's Crisis Center there on the reservation, and I walked in, and there was one little girl who walked up to me, and Nicole, this next one is for you, my love. One of the little girls walked up to me, and she just like clung to me. And, you know, she was sitting on my lap, and she just didn't want to leave my lap, and she was hugging me, and she was probably 4 years old. And we were sitting and talking, and she was wearing her new Easter dress, and I looked at her. You know, if kids are finding themselves in a crisis shelter on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, these children have been through some crisis. They have been through some drama. So here she is, little sweetheart, sitting on my lap. And she was wearing her new Easter dress, and I said, oh, you look so pretty in your dress. And I looked at her and I said, you know what's even more important than looking pretty in your Easter dress? She looked at me and I said, you're a very smart little girl. You are so smart. You are so intelligent. You can be anything you want to be in the whole wide world. You're so smart. And she looked at me and she said, I'm smart? I said, you're brilliant. You're brilliant. And she just looked at me. And one of the house moms said to me, I'm quite certain she's probably never heard that before. So serious in her life of finding a safe harbor from crisis, right? So I decided at that point we needed to play. And we played. Sometimes life even gets hard at a very young age and we can forget to play. Sometimes as adults we have to help the young ones remember it's okay to play. And oh, and by the way, not only are you handsome and beautiful, you're smart. Now let's go play. I don't know why I'm sharing that with you, but there it is for you, Delgadillo. All right, Nicole Werner. It's the polar bear. It's the polar bear. My thoughts, here, let me put on my glasses now. I am courageous and strong, says the polar bear. I am a fierce defender of those I love and all things that I hold close to my heart. I would say that accurately describes you. My strength comes from the wisdom I have gained in this life. My strength comes from the wisdom. No different than that little girl sitting on my lap. Or the little one that kept losing his football, and so he and I were rolling the football around on the floor, you know, in between wiping his nose and all those things you do. Oh my God, I love them all. It wouldn't pay me to be living right there because I'd have a house full of kids at my own house. As it was, I told Todd, you know, he almost came back to having another mouth to feed. But when I look at those little faces, I think to myself, if they are able with good guidance to come through the drama, the trauma, the crisis, the sexual abuse, the mental, emotional, physical abuse that they have endured as young as upon their birth, they are going to make amazing people. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with if they can take the experiences of their life and make it their wisdom. Spirit is calling you to continue to take the experiences of your life and make it your wisdom, Nicole. Make it your wisdom. The other thing I would say about this card, I feel like your photography is taking on a different, it's going to be taking on a different feel, a different flavor, a different angle. No pun intended. I feel that there's an expansion of the photography, and I'm going to leave it at that. But there's an expansion of a little bit, yeah, it's going, expanding, enlarging, veering, becoming something deeper. Well, here, I'll just tell you, I feel as though, you know, sometimes National Geographic has photographers that go out and they are drawn to places where the photographer needs to be really strong. You can't take photographs of what you're not ready to photograph. I feel like life has prepared you and your art to take you to places that somebody who is not strong could not possibly weather, could not possibly be in. I'm hoping that that makes sense. I hope I'm not rambling. All right. I hope that that makes sense. Julie. Julie Hedges. Hey, Julie. Thanks for selling all those beautiful earrings. You and your friend. Oh, my God. I bought a whole mess of them. They're beautiful. It's the Moose card. You see the antlers on the moose. They're very broad. They're very high, reaching up into the sky. This is about balance between heaven and earth. You can see how rooted to grandmother the moose is, and yet the antlers are deep up into grandfather's sky. The moose is well connected between both. The moose says, I leave big footprints on the earth plane, but I do so gently. I know who I am. I know who I am, and I am walking in balance between heaven and earth. This is about keeping your roots deep, Julie. Your antlers high, right, up into the sky nation, walking gently and assuredly. You know where you're going. You know where you need to go. Go there with confidence, deeply rooted, reaching sky. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Erin Camacho. I just like saying that name. I'm hoping pretty soon I say Senator Camacho. Just saying. All right. All right, Nicole. This is what I'm talking about. This is, okay, there. This is it. You're welcome, Rob. There you go. What do you do with where you've walked? What do you do with where you've walked? What do any of us do? You know, when I did my first Homblecha Vision Quest, and spirits told me, well, you decided to be an orphan because you're going to build orphanages. I said, really? All right, well, okay. And I walked down to the, off the hill. Melvin Highhawk came to get me off my altar. He walked me down to the Sundance grounds, and who's standing there? Teresa Two Bulls and Barbara Dullknife. And before I could even go back into the Inipi to wipe off from being up on the hill, Barbara said, Teresa and I would like you to know that we would really like to build a children's home here on the reservation. Will you help us do that? I said, well, that was quick turnaround time. I was just told that up on the hill, and here you are. And, you know, what do you do with that? What do you do with who you are? Walk with it in a good way. And when I was talking to Ivan Looking Horse, you don't just go up on the hill. But I was talking to Ivan, and I said to Ivan, I'm going back up on that hill. You go on the hill, usually in those ceremonies, not for yourself. It's not a how long can I last out. It's not about that. It's about making a prayer on behalf of somebody else. So to go up on that Homblecha, to go on that vision quest this summer, means that I'm going up there not for myself. I'm going up there for those children. All of the children that have been at that crisis center, 75 children, more than that now, well over 80 children have come. Some are still there in the short time that it's been open. So I'll be up on that Homblecha for the children that have been there, the children that are there, and the children yet to come. So this is what I'm talking about, Nicole. What do you do with who you are? And and your mom and dad, they're doing the new architectural rendering for the larger home that will hold more children, have more opportunities within the home. What do you do? That's really the question. And today's the first day of spring or the first day of autumn. It's planting seeds and harvesting seeds, depending on where we are on grandmother. Right? All right, Kelly Spencer. It's the turtle. Turtle Kelly. The turtle says, my feet are on grandmother, my shell reaches the sky. I hear the voice of grandfathers, of the Tunkashalovs, of grandfather sky. I hear the voice of grandmother earth. They meet in the middle and they make me who I am, and they bring wisdom to me. You are being called, Kelly, into meditation prayer time today. Plain and simple. Listening to the heavens, to grandfather, and to grandmother, and all of nature. What would Spirit have you know today on this first day of spring? Isn't it marvelous that when I think about this, it's really very humbling that Kelly and I have known each other since the early 70s. We lost track of one another during the course of life. Kelly found me. We found one another. And during the course of all of this, when the dream was made to build a crisis center for the children, all that time, there was a preparation being made that Kelly and her husband would be the architects of the new home. I just love the way the world works. That's all I'm saying right there. All right, Julie Holt Forslund, you little sweetheart. It's the rainbow trout. The rainbow trout. My life flows effortlessly when I immerse myself in the sacred waters of spirit. That's right, the sacred waters of spirit. Getting in the flow of your soul, the flow of what you know, not what people tell you, but get in the flow of your heart. Where's your heart leading you? Where's spirit leading you? The rainbow trout says we live in a world of many colors, of many octaves, of many frequencies. And all of those colors, all of those frequencies of the rainbow are always talking to us. The rainbow trout says, but when was the last time that you sat, paid attention, and listened? You are also being called into prayer, meditation, contemplation, a walk in nature today, to listen. The rainbow trout swims in the waters of spirit. Right? Go with the flow, Julie. Get in touch with some soul time today. Yep, Spirit has some things to say to you, your guardian angels, totem guides, allies. Many names for the things that, Gligli wakan, right? What's Gligli wakan? Well, In the Lakota language, that represents a holy being. In a Christian language or Jewish language, we would call that an angel, right? So we all have different names for sacred holy beings that come to us from other places. And right now they're wanting to talk to you. Star, it's the crow. I love the crow. My life and my light are eternal gifts from the Creator. And I'm going to read this to you, Star. This is perfect. Star, you are ancient. You are as old as time itself. And I will tell you about your birth amongst the stars. At the time the great mystery created light, you were born. Like your star brothers and sisters living in the sky nations, the great mystery Wakantanka is your origin and your home. The life-giving light that sparkles throughout the indigo sea of the starry nations is also contained within you. You've brought your starlight to Grandmother Earth for a short visit known as a human lifetime, Star. You are being thanked for shining your light, as you do, because you do. And the crow says, Star, in your shining your light, be brave. Be bold, be fearless. Your starlight, your light is needed at that time. And at this time. And in all time. Since the time you were born, your light has been needed. So it emerged. Here it is, on this track of time. Shine on. Aaron Camacho. Here's a shock. Tatanka, the buffalo. My life is a gift from the Creator. Tatanka gives its life on behalf of the people. Every ounce of its life force, every part of its being, it gives for the people. This could have your name on it. You have dedicated your life to the people. This is an acknowledgement from Tatanka Oyate, the Buffalo Nation. And it's interesting because on my inner screen, I can see you, and on your left-hand side, there is a buffalo walking. Just, it's stationary behind you, maybe 3 inches behind you. And the other interesting part about that is that the buffalo is like a smoky gray and blue. It is Aaron. Nicole saying, ain't that Aaron right there? Absolutely. Julie, you can have flow time at your hair appointment with me tonight. Oh, I love that. Well, and Star, we're grateful that you're you. I mean, come on. Oh, yeah, and I will definitely get the address to you. So again, everybody, if I haven't drawn a card yet, please let me know. Nellie, this one is for you. Just give me a shout there. Sometimes I just kind of get off on all of these different things. Angie. I have a new group, Star Nations. Well, that was a group. That is a group. That's not the group that I just created. Temple Within Radio and Media Network. It's a group so that you can see all of the shows, hear all of the radio programs in one place, because you all asked me to do that for you. So then you can have the Star Nations radio group and the Temple Within radio group. 2 groups, kind of a clearinghouse. Seems to work out well. All right, Angie. You are welcome, Aaron. Angie. You also have drawn the donkey today, Angie, you and Daisy. The donkey recognizes that you serve You're always there to help other people. And the donkey is here to remind you, Angie, sometimes it is just okay to say no. Can't do it. I ain't doing it. Don't have time. I need time for me. Not right now, at a later date, or just no. Good morning, Nancy. Or just no. It's okay to say no. Katrina. Shuffle, shuffle I go. Reshuffling. I'm going to go way off the charts here. Actually, Katrina, I'm not going to draw from the deck. Because the shark, the energy of the shark is around you. Shark is very, very healing. Katrina, this relates to you as a healer or a conduit for healing energies. And I feel like I want to say to you that the shark energy is around you. You are very divinely protected as a healer, as a conduit for healing. And when you are working with yourself, Nellie, I'll be right there, Nellie. As you are working with your healing energies, if you are ever feeling as though you need reinforcement, call upon the spirit of the shark. The shark is very protective. The shark is about medicine, powerful medicine. Powerful medicine. So it's acknowledging you as a healer and that you're divinely protected as a healer. And when you feel as though you need more protection, call on the spirit of the shark, is what I would like to say to you. Yeah. Nellie, there's magic afoot is what I want to say to you, and I'm also not going to draw from the totem deck because I see a stag, a brilliant stag, and the stag is rooting. It is snorting and stomping at the ground. And what I want to say to you is, there's magic afoot. Be very watchful. Be very watchful of what's going on. Pay attention. Stay awake. Be aware of what is going on around you. This is a card to be awake and aware. Magic is afoot. Awake and aware. Yes. Joe McMahon. It's the Eagle Wombly. The Eagle Nation is celebrating your birthday with you. Eagle. The eagle says, thank you for rising above, seeing from a higher perspective. Sometimes people come to you for advice because you have this ability to see things from a different angle. That is a gift that you possess. It's the sight of the eagle, to see things more clearly from a broader perspective. And sometimes it makes people mad because sometimes people want you to see exactly as they see. But if you are somebody who sees like the eagle, you can't see like everybody else sees. You see from a bigger perspective, and that is a gift that you have. It's awesome. Happy birthday, Joe. Oh my goodness, Joe, Julie, and I have known each other since I was 17 years old, so it's been a couple of years. Julie and I have been friends for 40 years, starting at the newspaper together when we were teenagers. It's awesome. Coach Dee Dee. Coach Dee Dee. One of my favorite human beings. It's the wolf. Shunkmani Tutonka. It's the teacher, the protector of children. My life is my legacy. I teach the children well. What I'm going to say to you about this is that this is a time of learning for you. And I feel as though also what I want to say to you, good, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, funny. You are welcome. You are welcome, Nellie. What I would like to say to you about that, Coach Dee Dee, is you've encountered, as they say, wolves in sheep's clothing, and you've learned to discern. Always pay attention to your ability to discern. Always. Pay attention to your intuition, to your gut feeling, your ability to understand who is full of it and who isn't. I'm going to leave that right there. Nancy Hertel. This one is for you. The rattlesnake. It's a snake. I love the energy of the snake, and particularly the rattlesnake, because the rattlesnake has a rattler, and it shakes some stuff up. It's come here to shake some things up. It's come here to wake some people up. Out on the res, there's lots of rattlesnakes, and so usually we, throw out mothballs before we have ceremony in the summer, because rattlesnakes don't like mothballs. But if you ever see somebody when they see a rattlesnake, man, they jump 10 feet up in the air, right? Like my sister Barb. It gets their attention, that rattle. The rattlesnake says, get out there and shake some things up. Get out there, Nancy. Shine your light. The world needs your rattle. The world needs your sound. The world needs your gifts and talents. Get out there and do what you came here to do. With your unique gifts and talents, get out from under the rock. If you're partially out from under the rock, the rattlesnake says, come on, bask out here in the sunshine. Let everybody see who you really are. It's okay. Because the world needs your light. Your friends, your family needs your light. The rattlesnake. Rattlesnake's about healing. Rattlesnake comes to healers. Comes to healers. Acknowledges you as a healer as well. Mary Ellen. It's the dolphin. It's the dolphin. The dolphin says, the oceans and octaves of spirit are my home. And earlier I drew this for the other Mary Ellen. So numerologically speaking, there's a message for the Mary Ellens today. And your homework, Mary Ellen Hagen, is this. Deep cleansing breaths today with the newness of spring. Deep conscious breathing. What are you breathing in? What words, what thoughts do you breathe into your body? When we exhale, we're actually cleansing our blood. We're cleansing our system. What are we releasing, and are we releasing it fully? Full exhalations releasing thoughts, things, right? Toxicity. Deep breaths in, nourishing your mind, your body, your spirit, your thoughts. So today for you, both Mary Ellens, conscious, nourishing, empowering, joyful breathing. This one is for little Hank, our budding psychic, the cricket. It's the cricket. Okay, Nicole, I'm just going to tell you what I see. I am seeing little Hank, and I'm watching him sing. Oh, thank you, Jan. You can hear all the springtime birds. Yep, out here in the enchanted forest. I'm going to ask you to sing with the kids tonight, or let them sing to you. And I'm going to encourage you to encourage Hank to sing a song that he's made up. that he's created. Because I'm watching Hank, and he's singing to you, and he's singing from his soul. He's singing from his soul. Something is coming through. It's a message, it's a teaching, it's his individuality. He's singing. The octaves, when we sing, when we chant, when we speak, either take us to balance or out of balance. And I feel that for Hank, singing brings him to balance, conscious singing, joyful songs, harmonic songs. The cricket. Hank is being called to sing. Sing, sing, sing. Maybe he can sing along with his dad playing guitar. There's an idea. Oh, goodness. All right, where else have I left off? If there is anybody that I have wanting to make sure that I drew a card for everybody. Good. If I haven't, please let me know. But today is the first day of spring or autumn, depending on where you are. Today is a day to plant seeds with your thoughts, with your actions. Today also signifies coming through the dark time. In the Northern Hemisphere, we experience the dark time, the time being in the cave. Springtime says, what did you ruminate about during the winter? What did you take with you into the cave during winter to think about, to digest, to process? And what are you now going to do with that? What are you going to bring to life from the wisdom gained in winter? What are you going to do with that? That's always the question, isn't it? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with your life? And not that everybody needs to do anything grandiose, but it is to live your life, to shine your light, to be you, all of you. With that, everyone, thank you for being part of my life, or part of my walk. And tomorrow evening on Exploring Sacred, I will be talking about the darkness before the dawn in celebration of this time that we are in. The darkness before the dawn. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via BeLive TV, and also via Spreaker and YouTube and all of those good kind of things. And the last card for the day is for Greaser. It is the hawk. Cheta Oyate. I see things with great clarity, says Hawk. I have nothing to fear. Greaser, be fearless. You know what you see. You know who you are. You know what you know. Be fearless. You are divinely guided. The world needs you, needs your wisdom, your talents, your gifts. Be fearless in fully realizing them on the earth plane. Fear not. Fear not. Go forward. With that, everybody, have a magnificent day, and shine on. Blessings be, everyone.